I have no friends or family, and I am lonely as crap, y'all. So last year, um, I went through a little something, and I just felt like a lot of people that I was really messing with tough wasn't reciprocating that energy towards me. So I decided, if I was there for you and you weren't there for me, I gotta cut you off. And that's exactly what I did. Now, don't get me wrong, like some of the people that I did cut off, they were like semi like there for me, but I felt as though they were more loyal to others than they were to me. And I don't know, I just don't want to feel like a stepchild, you know? Like, and it's weird because my kids, I'm not even finna get into that. But I didn't want to feel like, I don't really mess with you like that, but because you do what you do sometimes, I'm gonna mess with you. I don't want to be that, like, that third option, like that third wheeler. Like, you really already have your person and I'm just tagging along. I don't want to feel like that. And then my best friend at the time, I just felt like we were growing apart because I ended up having like this relationship, like this new friendship. Anyways, sorry, mom duty. I ended up having like this friendship on base, and this friend like really showed out for me. Like, she was truly there for me when I needed her. Like, I'm telling y'all, like, she would drop stuff off at my door. Like, she would just randomly create a basket for me and drop it off at the door and say, well, she wouldn't even, like, intentionally try to, like, be seen with it. Like, she would just try to drop it off real quick and dip. But I was able to, like, catch her, you know? And then like she would just go on walks with me. Like, she would do literally everything with me or for me. And I seen the energy that she was giving, and I was just like, I've never received that. I've never received that from my own friend or like the other people that I thought I was so close to. And then I had my friend who I talked to every day, but I just felt like my friend was like holding out like a lot on me, you know? I just felt like they were changing, like switching up on me when they let somebody get in their ear. I didn't like it. And I rolled with it for a while, but then I was just like, when is there going to be a change, you know? Like, I don't like how somebody is showing out for me and I'm just like, oh, I appreciate it, but my loyalty is to this person, and I still love that friend down. Like, I still love that friend to this day. But I just felt like we grew apart at that moment. Like, I have nothing bad to say, but I truly feel like we grew apart. And I felt as though we weren't on the same journey. And then on top of that, like, we had a long distance friendship to where we would talk on the phone, but like we would never go and see each other. And at that time, like, I needed something more. I needed a friend who was actually going to come and visit me and not give the excuse of I don't have the means, because there's been multiple times where I found a way to go visit my friends in a whole nother state. And what's crazy is, y'all, that was the last friend. That was literally my last friend. I had two other friends, but not before her. Like, but I did have two other friends. I cut one off because one was like, she was cool, but like she would flip the script over a man, Like, when a dude comes around, she was the type of girl that would try to embarrass you, or she'll try to talk to your man like on the low. I still love her for some reason, but I just knew that I couldn't deal with that. And then the other one, I just felt like she changed her personality when she got around other people. Like, she was on some, like, we were just best friends, but then like she turned, like she flipped the switch And she was like, B, yeah, B, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, hold up. Like, mm-mm, mm-mm. I don't do that. Like, we don't refer to each other as the B word. I don't like that. And I felt like she was a little on the messier side too. So I didn't feel any loyalty from the other two that I cut off, but I cut them off like years prior. And then I kept this one around because, like we kind of grew up together. But I just felt like my friend had no intention of ever seeing me, like ever putting any effort forth with me. Like I seen how my friend would go above and beyond for a certain person in her life, but she would have never done that for me. It was more of a, oh, I'll give you some good advice. Well, not even good advice, but I'll talk to you when you kind of feeling sad. But at the time, I just felt like, okay, I mean, I guess I can settle for that because we've been cool for so long. But at one point, I started to feel, and I have to be transparent, I started to feel like you were just being a listening ear to get information out of me. Like it wasn't, we weren't going back and forth with our problems. It was mainly just me like spilling my tea. And then I felt like you were hiding what was going in your life. And I gave it a minute, but then I really just started to get like that discernment feeling, to where I'm like, hold up. Something's changed. Like, why am I the only one like saying stuff here? Like I even like confronted my friend, and I was just like, hey, like, did I do something wrong? Like, what's going on? Like, cuz this is my friend I could be vulnerable with. This is my friend, like I call my sister, you know? So, when I start to feel like, the loyalty, the connection, the effort wasn't being replicated, I let her know, and she would always deny it. So at that point, I just kind of stepped back. And then I felt as though another thing that, like, my friend only called me with, like, drama. So one day, I just stopped talking. Like, it wasn't, like, intentional at first because I was going through it so bad, y'all. Like, I was going through some stuff that was bringing me to my knees. So I ended up just not really talking to much of anybody. And, like, they would text me, but I wouldn't text back. And it wasn't intentional. It was just me being depressed. Like, I was depressed that whole year that I cut a lot of people off. So, fast forward, I started hanging out with a few other people, and like they've always been in the picture, but I always felt like I just didn't fit in. Like I felt like I was the third wheel. I felt as though, okay, you guys like each other more than you like me, so why am I here? I always ask myself, why am I here? We don't do the same activities, we don't like the same things. Why am I here? And it started to get to a point where I felt like maybe they think that I'm judging them, but in reality, I'm not judging them. That's not what I like to do. So I started giving my suggestion of, hey, like, let's do something, that I kind of like to do, because I don't want to do those things. Like, sometimes, I'll do it, but if it's all the time to where I have to adapt to what everybody else is doing, I kind of don't want to do it. Like, I'm not going to hang out if it always has to be, let's do what everybody else wants to do, because our lifestyles are completely different. And I'm not trying to be like super specific because I'm not trying to like expose anybody, or I'm not trying to be messy, but let me put it like this. I'm introverted, and everybody that I've connected with throughout my life has been an extrovert. And I think it's mainly because extroverted people are more talkative, you know? They're more friendly. While introverted people, they don't talk until they're spoken to. So I'm not the type of person who's going to start a conversation nor carry the conversation. See, when I finally came across an introvert because that friend I was talking about who was going all out for me, yeah, she was actually an introvert. And we were two introverts trying to make a friendship work. And we clicked very well. But the people that I was pursuing at the time are extroverts, and they have like beautiful personalities. They can talk to anybody, but their activities in life are different from mine. I want to go parasailing. I want to, have fun going to the beach. Like, I want to live like a sober, beautiful life filled with experiences. And I feel as though not everybody wants to do what I want to do. And certain things, I just felt as though, like, the older I get and the more connected with God I get, I don't want to compromise those things. I don't want to compromise my religion or my values to basically fit in. I don't want to feel peer pressured anymore. But I've always felt the peer pressure, and that wasn't what initially like kept me, like, it wasn't initially the final straw. The final straw was when I felt as though I was supportive of certain people, and when certain situations happen, like a major situation happened, I wasn't getting the same support back. I felt as though, oh, I know you're going through that. Let me call and say what's up. No, they didn't even call. Like, I called and gave them an update on the situation, and they're like, oh, okay, dang, I'll pray for you. And like, they went back to partying. And come to think of it now, like, I can't really expect people to just stop and drop everything that they're doing for me. But I just felt so vulnerable in the situation I was going through. And it wasn't even what I was necessarily going through. It was what my kid was going through. So I felt like I had no like emotional support. Like, I felt like I didn't have anybody who like truly cared, like who was truly just checking in. But like the previous weeks, I was literally like abandoning like my date to make sure that I was checking on people, like I think every hour or something like that. Like, I dang near missed the movie just to go and text inside the bathroom to make sure people were okay. I remember, I don't even want to like put it all out there, but like, I'll tell you guys this, like, I might be shy, introverted, quiet, or whatever. I might say no to a lot of things, but I ride for the people that I ride for. Like, I am very loyal. So if I feel like you're ever in trouble and I can help, I'm going to try my best to help. And if you need a detective, I'm the person. So I just felt like I wasn't receiving the same energy that I was giving. And that's when I decided to just cut everybody off, y'all. Like, I was done. Like, I was just like, nah, this is a sign. Like, you showed me your true colors. Like, while I was sitting here crying my eyes out, just praying that my baby was okay, just filled with anxiety and just sad and just wondering why my baby, you guys were partying. And I couldn't even truly just be mad at it. Like, now that I think about it, I shouldn't have been mad at it because, like, that's who they are. Like, they love to have fun. And I can't be mad at somebody for wanting to have fun. Like, this is not their personal situation. So, in a way, I kind of feel like, okay, maybe I'm a little wrong for cutting them off in that specific situation. But I was under a lot of stress. So I just felt like at the time it was necessary because I felt like I am not getting, love and loyalty in return. And I felt as though I give it. But I guess I felt, I don't know. I really did feel like, like I wanted them to drop everything. Just being realistic, I really did want them to drop everything and like just come and check on my baby and just, be there for us at a vulnerable time. But I felt like the situation was just brushed off. So, like 2 days later, after, like me sleeping in the hospital with my kid and like, everybody partying and having their fun, then they message me and say, hey, is everything okay? You need an update, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, mm, no. No, not okay. Not okay. I'm not accepting that. And then, yeah, ever since then, I cut everybody off. And I was transparent. Usually I beat around the bush and I just kind of like take time for myself. And I let them know that I was going to take time for myself because of how like I felt like the situation was handled. But at the same time, after like 2 weeks of taking that time for myself, I just felt like it was better to just cut the situation off, especially after hearing the explanations. And I was like, you know what, you're right. I can't expect you to go leave family and friends who you initially came out for to come over to little old me. The little old weirdo, who likes to chill by themselves, a little old introvert. So I was just like, I don't ever want to put you in a position to where, oh yeah, hold on, rewind. So they were partying with people I consider my ops. People, because they're people who did me dirty. So, and they talk about me. And yeah, they really put me through a dark time. So, but I always tried to respect that, okay, I'm not going to make you choose because, that's childish. But I just also felt like certain things about my personal business was being told to people that I don't mess with no more. And that was another issue that I had. And even though they said they denied it or whatever, like I still felt strongly about that. I still felt like, nah, I you guys are, like maybe I'm just being paranoid, but all of that I've been saying, all of it just started to add up, and I was just like, no more. Like, I'm gonna let you guys. I'm gonna choose for you, and I'm going to just say go over there and stay over there. I'm not trying to cause any division. I'm not trying to, like be dramatic or anything, but like to cure my anxiety, to chill and like have a peace of mind, I got to let the situation go. So, ever since then, yep, I wiped my hands to it and I've been chilling by myself, y'all. And it's been so freaking lonely. I've definitely had some growth though. Over this 1 year journey, I've definitely achieved some goals. But I feel lonely on the inside. Like I don't have anybody to like talk to anymore. Like I'm talking to YouTube because I don't got nobody else to talk to. Y'all, I literally have nobody to call. Like maybe I can call my mom, but like she don't want to hear what I'm saying. I have literally no one. And a part of it, okay, let me take that back. I have opportunities to make new friends, but I feel as though I'm so traumatized from all my other failed friendships that I don't want to make any more. Like, I think I tried once or twice after that situation happened, but I just started to see like the same patterns in people that, I just cut off. So therefore, I was just like, yeah, no, like I'm never gonna put people in a position to where they have to choose me or them. Like, I'm just gonna automatically choose for them and take myself out of the equation. Because I can't, my anxiety is too bad. I can't hang out with people who are cool with my ops. I just can't do it. I cannot do it, y'all. I am not that mentally stable right now. Now, I'm forgiving, but I still remember and I still feel that trauma. So I can't. For my mental health, I have to distance myself away from people who surround themselves with my enemies. And it's no bad blood. Like, I'm over all of that. It's no bad blood. It's just it's the best thing that I can do for me. And I think I have one girl that she always invites me places, but I'm still so traumatized. Like, she hasn't even done anything wrong. She hasn't even given me a reason to like side eye her. It's just I'm traumatized, and I need to conquer like this trauma. I need to get over it. So yeah, I just been alone. I just been chilling, and I can honestly say that I'm okay with it for now. Like, I've been lonely as crap, but I'm slightly okay with it. And that's because I've been noticing my growth since I've been secluded from everything. Ever since I cut people off, I just feel like I have more of the audacity to do certain things that I've never would have done in the past. I don't feel peer pressured anymore into doing things I don't want to do. Um, Honestly, like, I'm just the main character of my own story. Like, I always used to feel like a background character, but now I actually feel like the main character of my own story, guys. I don't feel insignificant anymore. I don't have that paranoia anymore. And I know that sounds bad, but like, it's just the truth. It's the truth. I think I've gotten more peace like in seclusion than I did when I tried to like be a part of the group.